have a transit question going around the region. We also have a GO train issue, which may or may not happen soon. As mayor, how will you gentlemen address the transit issue as it relates to Wilmot?
I think there are a number of issues that arise from that question. You asked about the rapid transit system in Kitchener and Waterloo. The premise of that was built upon some promises from higher levels of government, and the province has significantly cut back its original intended contribution to the project, which has left the region with a fairly large deficit to make up. And I hear current councillors saying something that I agree with, which is that I think it needs to be reconsidered. There's no doubt that to encourage the urbanization of the core, the improvement of brownfield areas, infill development in the cities, we need something. But I'm not convinced that what we need at this moment is the train system. It's very expensive for the region. And I'm especially concerned, frankly, I mean, if I'm Mayor Wilmot, I have to look at our coffers and what it would cost our taxpayers. Right now, 1/2 of your municipal tax dollar goes to the region. Half the money you pay goes to the region, but less than a quarter stays here. So that I think anything that would kick that up further would be a problem. In terms of the GO station, if we can get a GO station, I think that's probably good news for our communities, and I think it's a positive. As long as it can be designed in such a way, the original design was horrendous and caused a lot of issues with the neighboring the neighborhoods. It had nothing to do with Wilmot Township, it had to do with GO. Transit in general, I do think we need to be looking at some way of connecting with the Grand River Transit and providing transportation between Wilmot Township and the city that is not just traffic oriented. On a more local basis, we need to find ways to get people to some of our key places like the recreation center. That may not be a bus, that may just be a trail, a bike trail so kids can get there. But we need to be looking at all of those things. I hope that covers some of what your question involved. Thank you.
I'm not totally sold on the light rail as yet. I have to see more of it. And when you're sitting on regional council, as sitting on township council, I was elected by the members of Ward 4, but I'm a Wilmot Township councillor, so I look at the whole picture and make sure that it's good for all of Wilmot. Do the same as a regional councillor, make sure that it's good for everybody, including Wilmot Township. Part of that is that we have to look at addressing people's desire to use public transit. We have a problem in this country. We're car-oriented, and we have to try and get people out of the cars and using public transit. The GO station, when it was first proposed, yes, it was a horrendous picture drawn, but it has been redesigned at their level to make it more compact and not spreading into Dayton. I had a woman ask me about it. She was concerned, and my comment to her was, how would you like to, on a Saturday morning, go over, get on the GO train, go to Toronto, shop to your heart's content, get back on the train and come home for supper? And she thought that was a pretty good idea. I'm not sure if she liked the shopping or just driving, not having to hit the GO one. But I think the light rail is something that we have to revisit, because as it's stated, we're not sure that it's right as yet. GRT we're talking to, they've already started a program going to Elmira with buses, and we have to try and convince them to come here. And anything that we do like that will come at a cost, but we have to determine that cost worth it if we can get people out of their cars. And that's the big thing we have to work towards too. I mean, there's an education program to get people to say, hey, maybe we'll take the bus.
Thank you. As chair,